I've got a real love-hate relationship with achievements. On the one hand, they're a harmless way to boost the enjoyment of a game, but on the other, they keep me up at night, taunting me until I get 100%. Nowadays, every game has them, even this background app. But, much like me on Tinder, they can be completely ignored without impacting your life at all. So why bother? Why take the time to come up with and program all these achievements if they don't really make an impact at all? Well, as a self-proclaimed achievement addict, I'll tell you why. Achievements are little rewards you get in games for doing certain things. They can be literally as simple as just turning on the game for the first time, or as complex as solving world hunger on a budget. Each one's worth a certain number of points, usually totaling 1,000 per game. And what do you do with these points? Nothing. It's the bragging rights of being able to say, hey, I did a thing, to any one of your friends who care, and I promise none of them will. So again, why bother? Well, for that quick little dopamine boost, of course. There's something super satisfying in seeing and hearing that little flash on screen when you accomplish something. Outside of that neurological chemical hit, achievements do make awesome moments or victories feel just a little bit more special. Doing something cool is made all the sweeter by the game effectively giving you a little gold star and saying, nice. Achievements can also be funny. Some devs are pretty clever in either what gets an award or how they are named, which can be great for a couple laughs. Little points aside, achievements are at their best when they can add a little bit more content to the game. For some of my favorite games, achievements act as sort of a little extra quest for me to accomplish. Sometimes it really doesn't feel like I've truly beaten a game until I've successfully completed 100% of the achievements. To me, it sort of marks an official end to the game, that I've done it all. For other titles, like Frostpunk, a survival game where there are a few different tactical approaches you can take, achievements add a sort of self-imposed constraint. They can offer you some kind of reward for trying to play the game in a way you probably wouldn't have considered otherwise if you had absolutely zero incentive to do so. Would I normally choose in a brutal survival game to limit my food supply to only plants? Hell no. Would I do it if I got a couple of worthless points? This is a perfect example of a good achievement because it gets you to switch up your playstyle, to try and experience the game in a different way. However, it's not all dopamine rushes and sunshine all the time. There is a dark side to achievements that can really sour the whole experience. If a good achievement is one that makes you feel good and adds a little extra fun to the game, well, then you can guess that a bad one probably makes you want to jump out a window, or worse, quit the game altogether. Yes, I put quitting a game above jumping out of a window. I know what I said. There are two kinds of, let's call them bad achievements. Grind ones and nearly impossible ones. Grind achievements are usually ones that force you to play a game over and over and over again to get them. This is a frustrating time sink whose only purpose is to annoy those who want to get 100% to keep grinding it out. Any achievements that can't be obtained in 1 or 2 playthroughs really border this line of terrible. It's especially egregious in super long games like Elden Ring. It could require hundreds of hours or multiple restarts of the same experience just so you get an achievement for doing something slightly different at the end. These really prey on people's desire for completion. It nags you to play again and again for no reason other than to pressure you into getting that last missing achievement, and it's kind of disgusting. The other bad kind of achievements are the nearly impossible ones. These can take a few different forms, but I found they usually involve online components. Achievements like get 100 kills in a match with 100 people or beat a creator of the game are so unnecessarily punishing or so incredibly specific that you just have to get lucky to complete them. And God help you if the game is no longer at its peak popularity online, because then you are pretty much screwed out of ever trying to get these. I will say, although I find the aforementioned types of achievements painful to my very soul, I am sure there is a rare breed of achievement hunter out there who thrives off this stuff. People for whom the difficulty of the achievement only enhances its perceived value, because it guarantees a reduced number of people will actually be able to obtain it. It's sort of like the gamer equivalent of climbing Mount Everest, only a different set of health risks and a lack of exposure to the elements. Power to these people for grinding these things out, but I'm sure even they would agree some of them just go a little bit too far in difficulty. Of course, the absolute best thing about achievements is that they are 100% optional. I enjoy them because they're usually fun challenges to find in a game, or because they act as a great final bookmark to a beloved title. They can be a great incentive to play a game in a different way, or act as a guide to different secrets, or even towards different endings. While they can be a little obnoxious at times in terms of what you need to unlock them, I will always take a small amount of pride in my worthless video game points. That said, it's time to get back to the achievement hunting. Thanks for letting me talk gaming.